on EA Sports, and we've got some history in this battle of AFL alumni. It's the Denver Broncos and the Kansas City Chiefs, and it comes your way next.
From a building that can get louder than almost any in the National Football League, this is GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium. Hi there, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. You picked a fun one to tune into. I'm Kate Scott, joined by former NFL quarterback Brock Huard. And we've got two quarterbacks here, Brock, who are known for playing a very exciting brand of football. Not just throwing the rock, but taking it themselves, too.
Yep, these are two of the guys who really epitomize the direction that this position's going in the modern NFL.
Yep.
Pocket passers, they'll have their place. They always will. But a lot of teams look to somebody like this as a default. A great passer, but someone who can also mix in plenty of rushing yards and keep that defense honest.
Not a kicker or a punter here, Brock. It's safety Justin Reed to get this one going. And we're underway from Kansas City. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So the Broncos offense getting set for their first drive. They'll be led out by the former first-rounder out of both Oregon and Auburn. It's Bo Nix.
Bo Nix entered this league as a grown-up. 61 college starts will do that for you. A ton of college experience. And Bo Nix is a facilitator. When he is at his best, that ball is in and out of his hands in an absolute hurry. If he were a point guard on a basketball team, he'd want to go up and down the court and get it out of his hands as quickly as he can. He's accurate, he's tough, he's experienced, and he's poised for this challenge of the NFL. That is quarterback play 101. Maybe not the first chapter of it, but man, is that important. Getting downfield, get what you can with your legs, then most importantly, protect yourself. Get down and don't take any extra contact.
Now the first run of the game for Javonte Williams. He'll cobble together a yard there. Drew Tranquil brings him to the ground. Just 1 yard on the play, though. That leaves him with 3rd down and 6 to go.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So they're left facing a 4th down.
That's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage waiting for it. They were thinking interception for a second, and incompletion is still pretty good, too.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. So here come the Chiefs, taking the field for their first drive of the game. Leading them out, someone who, Brock, I think needs less introduction than anyone in the NFL today. It's Patrick Mahomes.
All of us as sports fans, we know those players in the other sports that when we just think of the greatest to ever do it, a skill set that's different than everybody else, immediately a player pops in your mind. And while we have seen GOATs like Tom Brady and Super Bowl winners many times over like Bradshaw, Montana, and Aikman, there's just not many that have ever done it with the flair, the style, and the skill set of Patrick Mahomes.
He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. From the 29. That's complete. Isaiah Pacheco. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out. A 9-yard gain and good for a 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. They fake the handoff. Now Mahomes. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now we let the chess match begin, the adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Trying again following the sack. Finds his man Gray. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Broncos bringing out an extra DB. Third down coming up. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. It's complete to Hopkins. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. But that's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
The Chiefs looking to punt on fourth down, so on comes Matt Araiza to handle it. And this one's away and looking good. Nice angle on this one, headed towards the sideline. No return on this one. It's going to make it out of bounds and across the 25, spotted at the 24. So the Broncos headed out for their second drive of the game. And they haven't gotten their legs under them on offense just yet, Bronc. 3 plays and a punt on their opening drive. On 1st and 10, here's Nix. That's complete. It's Javonte Williams. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on first down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on second down.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Out of the gun, it's Nix. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Drew Tranquil brings him to the ground.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
On third down, here's Nix. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of fourth down.
Flat out a tremendous call. Perfect timing to blitz the corner, and the result proves it. There was barely time for the QB to set himself up to throw, let alone look downfield for a target before he was absolutely decked by somebody who I think enjoyed that chance to rush the passer.
Here comes the Broncos punting unit. And he's getting the call for the second time this game. And the sunlight's not a problem for him. He looks up and makes the fair catch. No return on that punt. And the Chiefs will get set to go on offense. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Mahomes on 1st and 10. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Finds his man, it's Worthy. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
And the Broncos are in the nickel for this third down. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. He's on the move. And they get him right at the line of scrimmage.
You know, sometimes, Kate, that pocket could be a lonely place. You're searching and searching for an escape valve, and there's none to be had. That time, nowhere to go, and he was lucky to get back to the line before the defense swarmed him.
Matt Araiza on to punt. And this will be his second effort of the contest. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And the Broncos are going to take over with a lot of field ahead of them. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Nix from the gun. He's going to push one deep down the right. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. Great defensive effort to reject that one. And it's going to be 2nd down.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
On 2nd down, a run with Williams. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Something he does so well. Nick Bolton making the stop. Only a yard for him that time, so now 3rd and 9.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, we chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Riley Dixon on the punt. And he's going to effort this from his own goal line. And he's had a very busy game already, Brock. 3rd time they've called on him as he gets this away. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And it's going to be their football coming up. All right, the Chiefs in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. First play, they go quick out to the left, complete. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Here's Mahomes now. He's got his man, that's Travis Kelce. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
New set of downs for him from the 46. First and 10, it's Mahomes. Hopkins on the slant. And he works this to the 38 before going down.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the 2 defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
2nd and 3 now. Rice, the motion man right. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Well, that's a tough one because you could see the beginnings of what looked like an explosive play. But let's give some credit here, Kate, to the defense. A great job to bottle him up before it came to fruition.
3rd and just 2 to go. Tight end going in motion here. 3rd and 2, Mahomes to throw. Has his man, it's Pacheco. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
So on 4th down, the Chiefs field goal unit and Harrison Butker headed out. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that will get them on the board.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Reed now to kick this one away. Here's Smith on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Broncos running their offense out once again. And it's not good, Brock, when you're discussing their punter as one of your early game MVPs, but they just haven't been able to get anything going so far.
No, you'll hear some old school coaches, especially defensive-minded coaches, Kate, and they'll say, hey, man, there's nothing wrong with the drive ending with a kick, right? As a quarterback and as an offense, maybe that was the way you played the game back in the day, but not modern football. You've got to go score. Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Here's 2nd and 14. Has him on the quick hitter. Has some daylight through the 40. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They got 24 yards on the play. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Shotgun snap to Nix. That finds Vele complete. And he's able to cross midfield before going out.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. They'll throw again, Nix. Got a man, it's Marvin Mims. And he's taken down at the 30. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Throwing on first down, Nix. Escapes the pocket. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. That's George Karlaftis who got there for the stop.
Just not much to do right there, whether he wanted to run it or throw it. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win for this defense.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Nix. Has a man, that's Cortland Sutton. And he gets this down inside the red zone before going out. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
First down from the red zone. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Now Nix. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch.
Kid, I promise you, if you and I got to travel the country and watch young quarterbacks, even really good high school quarterbacks, out routes are the hardest to complete. Slants, goes, fades, all that stuff comes somewhat naturally, but really trusting yourself to throw that out route, that comes with time and experience.
Now Nix on 3rd down. That one's incomplete in the end zone.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Will Lutz getting the call on 4th down to put 3 up here for the Broncos. A very short kick here from the right hash. Bertolet able to knock it through. And we're all tied up now in the first half.
Well, that's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. McCole Hardman now on the return. Return's looking good so far. Some good work on that return. Brock gets this up to the 33. The Kansas City offense back out there and set to go. And they'll have a little momentum as they take the field here after their kicker drilled a deep one to end their last drive with points. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. On target to Worthy. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And the Chiefs are going to have a first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
A second down throw for Mahomes. Completed over the middle. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Alex Singleton makes the tackle.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Again, Mahomes to throw. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he'll go down here at the 16. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They'll come up 1st and 10. From the red zone now. And that is caught. It's a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs break the tie here in the first. Travis Kelce, the touchdown. When you reach the status that he has around the league, Brock, well, we all at this point expect him to be making plays like this when he's targeted down near the end zone.
Yeah, I think the best thing I can say about this dude is he makes it look easy a lot of the time. And this game, trust me, is never easy. It speaks to how well he plays this position.
Now Harrison Butker for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chiefs break that tie and now lead by 7. Reed now to kick this one away. Marvin Mims now to return it. This return makes it up to the 25. So here comes the Bronco offense. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. On 1st and 10, here's Nix. And a man is there to knock that away. Cortland Sutton, the man he was after. So 2nd down coming up.
That's just simply great positioning to swat the ball away. He stayed in a spot where he could disrupt the throw before the target could make a play on it.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Out of the gun, it's Nix. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over it.
On 3rd down, here's Nix. He's on the move. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Opening frame of the game, and 2 times already, these defenders have got home for a home run sack. If they get their way, a lot more teammates are going to join them on the stat sheet with the takedown before this one ends.
Riley Dixon getting set to punt it once again. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. And it'll be their football. All right, the Chiefs in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. A give to Pacheco to start the drive. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. They'll get 18 yards there. And it'll be 1st down, Kansas City.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Mahomes on 1st and 10. That one complete to Hopkins. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. They'll give this up the middle to Pacheco. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. It's the end of the 1st in this AFC West showdown. Neither side separating much so far. Back to Arrowhead in just a moment. About set for the 2nd quarter. Chiefs football here. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. It's complete to Hopkins. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Finds his man, it's Worthy. And he's got it inside the 15 before going out.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. They'll run it. Here's Pacheco. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. And that is caught. It's a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs take a 13-point lead. DeAndre Hopkins, the touchdown. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
That one splits the uprights. And the Chiefs double their lead to 14. Reed now to kick this one away. On the return, here's Mims. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Denver set to take the field on offense. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Escapes the pocket. Steps up, and he's running with it. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And the Broncos will have a first down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already to midfield. Nix with it on first. Finds a man. Adam Troutman has it. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Ball at the 33 for first down. Nix from the gun. Cut by Sutton. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
From the 27. Hits him on the out route. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. This throw is caught. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They'll throw again. Nix. And he has it in the end zone. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos make it a one-score game in the first half. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Will Lutz now on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Broncos chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Returning it from the 4. Finds some space, he's past the 30. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The Chiefs are out once again. Their offense led by Patrick Mahomes. And at the pace he's begun the game throwing the football, Brock, he is in line for a special type of performance if they need to keep throwing it until the end. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Sent down by Cody Barton. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
This is a time where you get in that huddle and you just look at one another and say, hey, let's get back in rhythm. Get back in rhythm. Get something good to feel good about. Sure, you'd love to get the first down, but more than anything, just find a positive play after a huge sack.
Broncos bringing out an extra DB. 3rd down coming up. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
The Chiefs bringing out their punt team. The Broncos have Marvin Mims deep to return. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. He calls for the fair catch and has it at the 22-yard line. The Broncos and quarterback Bo Nix gearing up for their next series. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended Brock in a touchdown. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 22 on that one. And the Broncos will have a 1st down.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, well, let's give them a little love right here, Kate. They don't always get the attention they deserve on the broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
1st down, and they go right back to him. They'll have him gain about a handful there. Drew Tranquil brings him to the ground. 1st down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
On 2nd down, it's Williams again. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
He easily had the yardage for a 1st, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a 1st down pickup.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Throwing on 1st down, Nix. He's contained at the line for no gain. Jaden Hicks there on the tackle.
You know, I've learned over the years, defensively, they call that the camera club. How many different guys can you get rallying to the football? So that last shot you see on camera, you see as many defenders keeping that to a 0-yard gain. That's well done defensively.
Shotgun snap to Nix. Flushed out of the pocket. He's running with it. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the 1st.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock. You know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. That's good for 7 yards. And that'll be good for a Denver 1st.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
This time it's a passing play. Throw complete to Williams. And he's brought down for a loss.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Here's Nix. Got Williams, and it's complete. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Justin Reed with the tackle.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Here's Nix to throw. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
Bertolet able to knock it through. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Return coming from the 6. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Kansas City offense set to take the field. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Off play action, it's Mahomes. That's caught by Hollywood Brown. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in 1 play and keep driving that defense backwards.
First down throw, Mahomes completes this one to Rice. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Riley Moss with that tackle.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
A 2nd down run by Pacheco. And he gets it forward to steal about a yard out of that. Sent down by Cody Barton. They pick up 1 on the run. Need more, though. That takes them to 3rd and 5.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
3rd and short. Here's Mahomes. Throw reeled in by Hopkins. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Now it's Mahomes. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
That pass, it did put him in a position where he had to shake a defender. That's all you want. Give me a one-on-one. And he is capable of doing it, but not against that dude. That defender could not be shook, and he knocked him back across the line.
Shotgun handoff to P-Ryan. And this goes across midfield and into Broncos territory. He gets them half of what they needed, so after a 7-yard gain, it's 3rd and 7.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run in crossing that 1st down marker.
3rd down, it's Mahomes. Has him on the quick hitter. And he goes out a little short of the 40.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
Kansas City sends out its punt team. Mims out to receive it. So this one sails over the sideline, and they'll spot it where a touchback would go at the 20-yard line. The Broncos offense all set to go. And they settled for a field goal on their last series, so points are a positive, but they'll look to upgrade to a touchdown here. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. And they needed more than one defender. Their powerful runner stopped for just 1 yard.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, it's Nix. Escapes up, and they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And that pushes him back, 3rd down coming up.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB can run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
Defense with an excellent opportunity at a stop here on third down. Nick's now to throw. He's got a man left. And he reaches the 17-yard line as he's hauled down.
I know on the stat sheet, Kate, that shows up as passing yards, but any defensive coordinator will take it. Understanding down and distance and keeping that offense short of the sticks.
Here comes the Broncos punting unit. And he's going to do the honors for the 4th time today. And he sends this away, definitely his best kick of the game thus far. Fields this at the 42. And he's going to set him up with a pretty short field here, Bronk, after getting a big chunk on that return. Found some space, got his team 21 on that run back. And the Chiefs will get set to go on offense. Mahomes on 1st and 10. On target to Worthy. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 28 out of that play. And that will set up 1st and goal. A tight end in motion now. First down from the red zone. Cut near the goal line. And that's a Kansas City touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Butker to try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chiefs drive their lead to 11. Reed now to kick this one away. On the return, here's Mims. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Broncos about to get going on offense. Javonte Williams headed back out now. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. Complete to Mims. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Broncos have to hurry here. Clock still running. From the 37. Makes the grab in bounds left side. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Nix from the gun. He's throwing deep to the left side. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And it sets up 2nd down.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Again on 2nd and 10, Nix. That's complete to Vele. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Something he does so well. Nick Bolton making the stop. Extra man in the secondary now for the Chiefs on 3rd down. They'll throw again. Nix. That's caught for the 1st. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Throwing it again here. Completed over the middle. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. Denver calls the second of its 3 timeouts. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. They'll come up 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete.
You know, that is so hard to do. That's called body control. Great positioning to swat the ball away, not go through the receiver, no penalty flag. He's got the body control and, more importantly, the timing to knock that ball away.
Nix again on 2nd and 10. His quick throw knocked away, incomplete. Could not beat the defender there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
With all due respect to some of the great linebackers back in the day, to play the position today, man, you've got to be versatile. You can't just be a come up and stuff the run. You got to play coverage. And these defenses more and more rely on you to break up throws just like that.
And he has the catch, gets both feet in, that's a touchdown! The Broncos make it a 1-score game before halftime. Cortland Sutton, the touchdown. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Extra point try now from Lutz. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Broncos cut the lead down to 4. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Hardman with a return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Chiefs headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. They'll motion a tight end left. 1st and 10, it's Mahomes. Dumps it off to his running back. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. In on the tackle was Jonathan Cooper.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
All right, Kate, sit tight. We'll get back to you and Brock in just a moment. But for now, this is our halftime report. We were treated to an excellent first half from the gunslinger, Patrick Mahomes. He threw a first-quarter touchdown pass, then 2 more in the second quarter, a 3-touchdown half. And he may just be getting started.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. Has this at the 6. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. The Chiefs ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And as we're reminded of some of the highlights of this game, his touchdowns ranking quite high among them. We're going to see 3 of them here, and if you're scoring like that, Brock, it normally means you've had a pretty darn good game. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. That pass is complete to Kelsey. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Run from Pacheco to start the half. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
These aren't the plays that will lead highlight reels, but they're the ones that win you ball games. What a nice gain by the back. And now his offense can go in any number of directions on 1st and 10.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Right back to Pacheco. Breaks the tackle, green grass ahead. It's a gain of 22. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st down.
That is textbook RPO right there, Kate. Quarterback's decision-making comes quick off the snap. And that back, you know that he's already looking for those lanes before the ball's even in his belly. Before that defense can adjust to the run, he hits that 2nd level.
Ball at the 33 for 1st down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. And that's incomplete, and he's happy to have that one fall compared to, well, the alternative. Looked like it was going to be picked there.
Hey, Kate, you feeling lucky? Well, the quarterback is, because he just dodged a major turnover. That was an easy pick that was simply dropped.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Motioning one of the tight ends. Throwing on 3rd and long. He's on the move. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a 1st. It's a 21-yard gain, and it'll be 1st down, Kansas City.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that, actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
From the red zone now. This one's caught. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
Pacheco will score. It's a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs grow the lead coming out of halftime. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Butker to try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Chiefs drive their lead to 11. Reed now to kick this one away. Here's Smith on the return. And look at this return. And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35. Denver ready for another offensive possession. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
As a play caller, Kate, I would always be a little cautious of a first down draw. I like it better when that defense is anticipating pass. Well, they were only anticipating getting the backfield and making that running back feel the pain.
All right, here we go. Second down. Another run for Williams. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
This dude was just not going to be stopped. Not by the first defender. Heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this beast down.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. They stay on the ground with Williams. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Drew Tranquil brings him to the ground. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Give to Williams from the gun. Broke through the tackle. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Something he does so well. Nick Bolton making the stop. It's a gain of 6, and they only need half of that now on 3rd and 3.
This is a guy who, man, when he is in a groove, when he is feeling it, you're just not going to bring him down with an arm tackle. You better buckle up. You need a textbook tackle on this guy. Wrap, grab some cloth, and drive him to the ground with all you got.
Forced out to his right. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
These quarterbacks are so good with their clock in their head between the tackles. But you get outside the pocket, and you've got to have that same ability. If you hesitate for a second, the defenses with their speed at this level, they'll find a way to bring you to the ground.
Punt team on the field. And this is the 5th time he's been called upon today. And he got a little too much leg into that one. That's a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity, no doubt. This ball's coming out to the 20. The home teams are headed out, and we'll see Isaiah Pacheco. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this 3rd quarter. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Quite the start to that drive, huh? The first play sets him up now at the 38. He's got a gain of 6 there. John Franklin Myers coming in to clean things up. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Now it's Mahomes. Left side, it's caught by Rice. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain. And the Broncos are in the nickel for this 3rd down. Looking to throw Mahomes. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Hauled in by Gray. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line.
You'll often hear it said, in my life experience, it's true, the NFL is a game of matchups, so much more than any level. And these tight ends, we see it time and again, are such a matchup nightmare down the field.
Off the play fake, it's Mahomes. Caught by his back. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Sent down by Cody Barton.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both toting the ball as a runner and, really importantly, as a check-down outlet on short throws.
Again, Mahomes to throw. He has the first over the middle. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. They gain 14 on the play. And the Chiefs are going to have a first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Another throw for Mahomes. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down. Putting a receiver in motion. Back to the air, Mahomes. On the move, trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
This is one of those situations where QB's strength and ability to run can be a great blessing, but can also be a curse. We've seen him use his feet before. This guy can escape, and that's a blessing, but it can be a curse because sometimes you think you can get out of everything, and this defense just proved he couldn't.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Here's Mahomes. It's complete to Hopkins. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first.
How many times, Kate, do we see those routes, those horizontal east-to-west routes, just get that first down on these critical 3rd down situations? It takes tremendous eyes, tremendous speed, and a tremendous want-to by the defense to stop that short.
Up and good from Blankenship. And that extends their lead to 14.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. 2nd time they brought him out for a field goal, and 2nd time, well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field, but that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
Reed now to kick this one away. On the return, here's Mims. He stopped on the return at the 27. Here comes their offense out again. And they'll try for better results this time around, Brock, after they had to punt it away last time out. On 1st and 10, here's Nix. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up, and cost him that catch.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Nix from the gun. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Shotgun snap to Nix. Escapes the pocket. He's running for it. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
They're out now, ready to punt it. And this is going to put him up to 6 punts today. Starts his return from the 23. And a nice return out of him. They have it a little further up, past their own 30. The Chiefs offense out to take over. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays have followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
Mahomes on 1st and 10. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Kelsey makes the catch. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it'll be first down, Kansas City.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
They're set up at the 35 now. Throwing on first down, Mahomes. Throw reeled in by Hopkins. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And the Chiefs are going to have a first down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Pacheco gets it from the gun. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. It's Pacheco again. And he'll go down here at the 16. He gets a half dozen on the carry, and that's also going to bring up 3rd and 6.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Third down, it's Mahomes. Completes this one to Gray. Oh, the football's loose. And it's a turnover. The defense has it.
I think the defense would have just settled for getting off the field with the takeaway, but they add a nice little present onto the end of it for their teammates who start this possession with much better field position.
Back out runs their offense. While a new offense preps to head out, we've got a stoppage. They want to make sure this is a turnover. Yeah, pretty bang-bang play out there. It's tough to see exactly what happened on our first look in real time.
But you know what I like here, and I do appreciate, and these officials are so good at let the play just play itself out before calling it dead. Now all the replays and the camera angles will give us such a better idea of really what happened.
So the nice defensive play, all for naught. He was down first, no fumble. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. And he's in for the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs stretch their lead to a 3-score advantage. Travis Kelce, the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. Well, as they drive forward to what right now looks like it should be a win, Brock. He sure is taking advantage of a nice little chance to boost his stat line. His second touchdown of the game.
Yeah, you just kind of feel these two building some trust, right? Just more and more equity. Certainly paying dividends in this one, but more than likely for more games to come.
Butker with the extra point. And the Chiefs stretch their lead to 21. Reed now to kick this one away. Here's Smith on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Their offense running back out now. They're down 21 now after that last score and in need of a comeback as we work through this game. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Draw play, this is Williams. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
You know, some positive yardage there, Kate, but just as important, they're mixing up their play calling, and they could very well be setting up the defense for a big play later.
2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 28. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
First down, ball at the 36. From the gun, a carry by Williams. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
On 2nd down, a run with Williams. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Leo Chanel able to bring him down. Only a yard on the play. An improvement on their last one, but that brings up 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, it's Nix. He's on the move. And he evades any kind of trouble, but only a short gain to show for it after sliding down.
I love that play. I mean, that's quarterback 101. Nothing downfield, get what you can with your legs, but so much more importantly, protect yourself. Availability, one of the most important abilities for any quarterback.
Their punter making his way out now. Riley Dixon, the one to kick it away. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. The home teams are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. A give to Pacheco to start the drive. Stiff arm success. He'll work it a couple of yards past the line. Alex Singleton makes the tackle. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. They fake the handoff. Now Mahomes. And as that one winds up incomplete, it brings us to the end of the third quarter. We'll see what they come up with for third down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. It's Chiefs football, and they've got to feel pretty good about this score entering the 4th. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Running right is Pacheco. 2 yards on that run. That's going to bring up 4th and 6. So out now comes the punter. Matariza, the one to send it away. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And he's brought down before the return gets far. That's going to be a highlight there, a 68-yard punt. And the Broncos get set to take over. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Throwing here, Nix. Short pass brought in. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
First down, ball at the 36. Nix now to throw. Finds Mims. And they're going to touch him down after a short pickup. Second and 6 coming up here. From the 39. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. They'll throw again, Nix. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. This one misses the tight end. So it's second down coming up.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Nix looking to throw. Mims with the grab. And he'll take it past the midfield stripe and start the push into Chiefs territory.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Here's Nix to throw. That one's complete, right side. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. Well, a tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Nix with it on first. Hits his running back. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
A play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball, right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
All right, set now, 1st and 10. Nix. He's got it over the middle. And he gets this forward to the 19.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Play action with Nix. Complete to Mims. And able to get this down to the 15 before going out. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a first down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
All set up now for 1st and 10. Going left side, Williams with it. And they'll stop him after a short gain to the 13. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. Up the gut they go with Williams. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. He got 5, and now it's going to be 3rd down and 3.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Flag down. This could be a free opportunity for the offense. Catch is made in close. And good tackle, but a flag is down, likely against the defense. Pretty easy call to make. He lined up offsides, and now he gets a talking to from his coach. So now then, after the penalty, this is 1st and goal. Nix from the gun. And he will score. It's a Denver touchdown. The Broncos get it back to within 2 possessions. You always tell me, Brock, it is a whole different world here, running routes, working in confined spaces, instead of having that whole field to spread out a defense.
Oh, spot on, Caden. Some players, that's the world they thrive in, finding windows where windows shouldn't exist and then being ready for the throw to arrive. It happens so fast, trusting your quarterback to make the right read and get it to you.
Extra point try now from Lutz. The point after splits the uprights. And the Broncos get it back to a 14-point game. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Return starts at the 3. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The home teams returning their offense and this running back to the field. And his production is carried over into this second half. He keeps on running well, even with the workload they placed upon him. They're out and set, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you got to count on those being efficient and effective.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Finds his back complete. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
One of the tight ends in motion left. 3rd and short. Here's Mahomes. That's caught for the 1st. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And it'll be 1st down, Kansas City.
Every tight end worth his salt wanted this. Really craved man-to-man coverage. The best of them, give me man-to-man coverage, and I'm going to beat you. I was around Dallas Clark and Indy, one of the best. You play man-to-man, he's going to find a way to out-leverage you, separate from you, and make a play just as that tight end did.
Running out of the gun with Pacheco. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
Well, Kate, a 2-yard run on first down, I think that keeps you ahead of schedule, but you're going to have to pick up the pace.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Looking to throw Mahomes. Finds his man Gray. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
3rd and 4 coming up now. Mahomes. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Got the one-on-one they wanted, Brock, on that slant, but just not enough to get the completion.
Yeah, you got to create separation. We all love the slant route. It could be super effective, but you got to beat press. You got to beat jam. You got to beat off man, and you got to create separation so there's not that bang-bang impact to knock the ball loose like that.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And he can't hurt you with a return if you just kick it out of bounds, right? This one flies out right around the 15-yard line. Now outruns their offense to take over. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 19. Sheds off a rusher. He can run it. They get an even 10 on that play. And the Broncos will have a 1st down.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the 1st down.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Straight ahead with Williams. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
Shotgun snap to Nix. Hauled in left side. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that'll be good for a Denver 1st.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. On the handoff, this is Williams. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Halfway there on 1st down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, it's Nix. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you
he's in trouble, and the Chiefs bring him down. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
You know, one thing I noticed, Kate, coaching youth football, everybody wants their kid to play quarterback. That is, until they get knocked to the mat. And that's now 5 sacks in this game, let alone the number of times the quarterback's been flushed as well. Not everybody is built to play quarterback.
Defense just needs to hold them short. It's 4th and 7. To throw, here's Nix. Brought in by Vele. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. Left the offense out there on 4th down, Brock, and look at the result. A big gain. They got 15 and the first.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
They're set up at the 35 now. Throwing on 1st down, Nix. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything, and they just did.
Nix again on 2nd and 10. Chased out to his right, and he's brought down after a short gain.
It's one of those situations, not much to be had there no matter what he did with the ball. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win and a confidence builder for this defense.
Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. Here's Nix. Complete beyond the marker. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
Sometimes you're looking to push the ball down the field. But as I've said before, the crumbs lead to a cookie. And you never go broke taking a profit, and those big tight ends will often find you those easy check down yards.
Has him on the quick hitter. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. They'll look to run with Williams. Goes up and over for the touchdown. The Broncos now within 1 score in the 4th. Javonte Williams, the touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Point after try is good by Lutz. And the Broncos chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Hardman with a return. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. This return makes it up to the 37 as he's tackled. Offense heading out now for the Chiefs. And this really looks like a whole different ball game after that touchdown, doesn't it? They really need to go on a drive here. All right, the Chiefs in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. A counter give here to Pacheco. It is charged towards the line. That's right around 3 yards.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Right back to Pacheco. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. He musters up 3 yards on the run. That sets up 3rd and 4. That takes us to the 2-minute warning here in KC. Chiefs leading by 7. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. He'll throw it. Hopkins on the slant. And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Running up the middle, Pacheco. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Now we get another stoppage here, just 1:52 remaining. The defense burns a timeout. New set of downs for him at the 38. Going to the ground again on first. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front. Now the Broncos take their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. They'll give this up the middle to Pacheco. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They push it forward for a yard. That brings up 3rd and 8. On the carry, it's Pacheco. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Harrison Butker out now. He knows how big this try is. Ball spotted on that right hash, 53 yards out. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
That kick right there, Kate, it was a crucial one that really just caused their odds of winning this game to jump substantially. Now we've got a 2-score game. It really leaves no room for error for this opposing offense as they prepare to take the field.
Reed now to kick this one away. Here's Smith on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Broncos running their offense out once again. And they can really do what they want with these last couple of snaps afforded to them because the outcome already decided. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. The Chiefs get to him, and he's dropped. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. So score this a win for the Chiefs. This was a game they had circled a long time ago, Brock. You bring a division rival into your building, you want to make a statement at their expense and get that W.
We know it's not just an axiom, right, that it's so hard to win any game in the NFL. It is. They're difficult to do. But a division rival in your own building, it almost feels like a must-win, and that's the juice they played with today.
So for Brock Eward, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. It's a win for the Chiefs as we say so long from Kansas City.